Welcome back, students. So for today's video, we will be learning or discussing on the statement of comprehensive income multi-step. So on the other video, we've already discussed the single step. So now, we will be focusing on discussing the multi-step. Multi-step called multi-step because there are several steps needed in order to arrive at the company's net income or net loss. Emphasize that the two are only formats and will yield the same amounts of net income and loss. So, the multi-step and the single step, they are the same on generating a net income and a net loss to the company, but in different type. So the single step is more commonly used by services company, as what I have said on the other video, while multi-step format is more commonly used by merchandising company because a merchandising company is a very broad company. Daghan ga kahitabo nga transaction within a merchandising company. So, the same with the single step, ang multi-step is naapod siya revenue and expenses. And in this video, we will also be learning how to prepare the statement of comprehensive income multi-step. So, revenue. The revenue in the multi-step is sales. Muna siyang ginatawag na tong sales. And this sales has two contra accounts. These are sales discounts and sales allowances. So what are these? Sales. This is the total amount of revenue that the company was able to generate from selling the products. So when a customer went into a merchandising company and bought so many products, different products, so the amount generated from that total amount kanang gigikan sa isa ka customer is mo na tong ginatawag nga sales. Muna siya ang revenue. Ang sales muna siya ang revenue sa isa ka merchandising company. Okay. Ang ato ang pinakaunang contra account sa sales is the sales discount. This is where discount given to customers who pay early are recorded. Also known as cash discount. This is different from trade discount which are given when customers buy in bulk. So, sabutable man siya, no? A trade discount is given to the customer when mag-wholesale ang isa ka customer. For example, nagpalit ka og 100 packs of uwishi nga junk food. So, from that, maghatag na sila og trade discount kay daghan man ang imuhang gipalit nga uwishi nga junk food. Then sales discount is awarded to customers who pay earlier or before the deadline. So ang sales discount is, for example, nangutang sa inyo nga customer kana bitang nangutang siya, and then ang iyahang due date is September 30. But before September 30, mga September 24, nagbayad na siya, is maghatag dayon ang company og sales discount. Kay para pod, ang kanimong sales discount is ginahatagan nila ang customer og drive bitaw nga mas magsayo og bayad sa ilahang mga utang tungod kay makakuha sila og discount. And then ang atong cash discount is mo na siyang ginatawag nato nga diretso nga discount when you bought, even though gamay ra nga item, na tendencies nga mohatag din sila og mga cash discounts. Okay, magdepende na siya sa situations. Next, sales returns and allowances. This account is debited in order to record returns of customers or allowances for such returns. Sales returns occur when customers return their products for reasons such as, but not limited to, defects or change of preference. So, ngano mong pwede ta mag sales returns, mag-return og item labi na kung defected. So if ang isa ka merchandising company naa siya customer nga nag-buy in bulk, and then pag abot sa iyahang nag-buy sa in bulk, then iyaha po dayon ibaligya didto sa ilahang lugar. And then pag abot nila sa ilahang lugar, sa iyang store, is nabantayan niya nga naay guba adto mga item nga iyahang gi-buy in bulk. So naa siya right nga iuli tong mga defected niya nga mga napalit nga products. So na siya right because iyaha man po itong ibaligya. Kinsa man daw ang gusto magbaligya og defected nga mga products. It is the liability of the merchandising company kung aha siya nagpalit og bulk nga ulian to mga defected kay madaot mo pud sila adto kung dili nila ulian. So ulian gid to nila. Mo na silang naa sila gi contra account sa sales nga sales returns and allowances. Okay, so muna siya ang pormada when you get the net sales. So sales less sales discounts and sales returns and allowances. So you will furtherly understand the process when we will be when we get into the preparation of the statement of comprehensive income multi-step. We proceed to the expenses. So the sales is the revenue of the merchandising businesses. Now, what are the expenses? So these are the expenses incurred in a merchandising company. So inventory January 1, 2015. This is the amount of inventory at the beginning of the accounting period. This is also the amount of the ending inventory from the previous period. So this means nga 2015 man na siya, meaning the ending inventory on December 31, 2014 is gi-forward siya sa January 1, 2015, which is another calendar year end. Kay December siya mag-end. So, di ba kapag naa kay nabilin nga mga products nga wala siya nahalin on the year end, dili man nimo siya i-dispose. Imo man siyang ibaligya on the next calendar operation. So, di ba ang December 31 next day dabay na ni ang January 1. So di nimo siya i-dispose, ipadayon gina nimo siya og baligya hantod sa hurot na siya or hantod sa paliton siya sa mga customers. Next is the purchases. Amount of goods bought during the current accounting period. When we have inventories nga gi-forward gikan sa previous period, ang purchases is mo ni sila ang mga goods or mga product nga gipalit na pud nimo para imong ibaligya sa imong merchandising company, because the merchandising company cannot operate well if dili pud siya mamalit og mga produkto nga ilang ibaligya mismo sa ilahang business. Okay. If sales has two contra account, which are sales discounts and sales returns and allowances, purchases has also two contra accounts. These are purchases discounts and purchases returns. So what is purchases discount? Account used to record early payments by the company to the supplier of merchandise. This is how buyers see a sales discount given to them by the supplier. So when sa imong company, ikaw nagpalit ka og mga goods nga imuhang i-display sa imuhang kanang merchandising business. So, makakuha po ka og discount from your suppliers. Kay kani nga mga discount, mura po na siya og advertisement or a type of strategy para sales strategy para mas maganahan ang mga mupalitay sa ilaha kay naaman sila discount nga ikahatag. Next, purchases returns and allowances. So ang sales returns is kung naay mamalit sa inyo naa sila right nga muuli sa mga defected nga mga products. In purchases, returns, and allowances, account used to record merchandise returned by the company to their supplier. This is how buyers see a sales return recorded by their supplier. Okay, so ang purchases, returns, and allowances is ang imuha pong right nga muuli og mga defected nga mga supplies or mga goods and products to your suppliers, because if dili nila iuli, di ba, if dili sila allow nga muuli og defected nga mga products, hunahon man din nimo as an owner of a merchandise company, ay dili na lang ta didto nga supplier kay dili sila magpauli og mga defect nga product, di ba? Unsaon man na nimo ang defect nga product, wala may mupalit ana, so kinahanglan iuli gina nimo sa imong mga supplier, kay liable pud ang mga supplier ana nga dapat dawaton nila ang mga defect, kay dili man na nimo sala nga defected ang mga products nga imong napalit sa ilaha. Okay, next expense is the freight-in. This account is used to record transportation costs of merchandise purchased by the company, called freight-in because this is recorded when goods are transported into the company. So the freight-in is the transportation cost. When you bought something from your supplier or when you bought products and goods to your supplier, di ba naman na siya transportation cost? Lisod pod og magbaklay lang ang mga products on their own, right? So magsakay gina sila og sakyanan, any form of transportation. So nagi na siya transportation cost. Mo na siyang ginatawag na nga freight-in, mo na siyang gi-add na siya sa inyuhang purchases. Kay add man na siya, additional man na siya nga cost on buying your goods and in buying your goods and products nga inyong i-display sa inyong merchandising business. Okay, next is the total goods available for sale. For the net purchases, masabtan na ninyo nganong makakuha ta og net purchases when we go to the preparation of the statement. So we proceed to the total goods available for sale. So the total goods available for sale, makuha na ninyo when you add the beginning inventory and the net purchases to get the goods available for sale. Next, inventory for the year end or inventory for December 31, 2015. So as you notice, ang iyang inventory for the beginning is January. Ang iyang inventory for the year end is ang December. It means the company operates with the calendar year end. Okay. So inventory, the ending inventory is the amount of inventory presented in the statement of financial position. Total cost of inventory unsold at the end of the accounting period. So when the company is a calendar year end, at the end of the calendar year end, which is December 31, 2015, in any year, is mag-ihap manggid mo ana kung pila ang mga nabilin nga mga goods and products sa inyong merchandising businesses. Okay, muna siya ang ending inventory. For the cost of sales, makuha ninyo siya when the total goods available for sale is less the ending inventory. So furtherly, you will understand on the processes on getting the amounts of each of the following when we prepare the statement. Next is the gross profit. The gross profit is the amount generated when you less the net sales less the cost of sales. Okay, so we have two types of expenses. In the statement of comprehensive income single step, walay division of expenses. Kay in the multi-step natay division of expenses. Maoning general and administrative expense and the selling expense. For the single step, ang expenses is laras. Wala na division sa expenses. Laras siya nga mabutang lang nga expenses. But in the multi-step is natay ginatawag nga general and administrative expense and the selling expense. So what are under administrative expense? These expenses are not directly related to merchandising function of the company but are necessary for the business to operate effectively. Okay. these are the offices. When you have a merchandising company, you have to have a office. So tanan nga mga expenses inside an office is under the general and administrative expense. So diba supplies expense. Kanang supplies expense mo na siyang inyuhang mga coupon ban, mga inks, mga ballpen, mga other necessary supplies in an office. For the selling expense, these expenses are those that are directly related to the main purpose of merchandising business, the sale and delivery of merchandise. This does not include cost of goods sold and contra revenue accounts. So for the selling expense, those are directly related to selling. So a merchandising man siya, no? So for example, the electric bill sa dito gid sa store. So lahi gid na siya ang electric bill for the office, lahi pod ang sa store. Kay para mabal-an ninyo kung dako ba gyud ang consumption sa store or gamay ra ba pod ang consumption sa admin. Kay aha man mas dako or mas gamay ang consumption sa electricity. Also, another expense sa selling is the telephone bill. Why? Because there are some customers nga manawag lang on what are the kanang mga queries nila sa isa ka store, or especially karon nga mga time is kanang mag-order via phone call. So ingana na siya, no? And then the salaries on the persons nga mga prehaan ng mga cashiers, mga packers, mga merchandiser. So, ang ilahang mga sweldo, under na siya sa selling expense. And then, on the administrative expense is ang mga office clerks, accountants, managers. So, under na sila sa administrative expense ang ilahang salaries. Okay. So, when you already get the types or the amounts and the total expenses, so ang gross, para makuha ninyo ang net income, is ang amount sa gross profit, i-less ninyo sa expenses. So, mo na dahil na makuha ninyo nga net income ba siya or net loss. Okay. So, we will proceed on the preparing of the statement of comprehensive income multi-steps. So, these are the steps. So, I forgot to write the very first and the very important step is the heading or the title of your statement. Next is determine the revenues. Next, you determine the net purchases. Next, you determine the cost of sales and gross profit. And then, determine the selling expense and determine the administrative expense. So, mo na siya ang mga steps in preparing the statement of comprehensive income. So, now, we will proceed on the example on how you will prepare the statement of comprehensive income multi-step. Now, we will be learning on how to prepare the statement of comprehensive income multi-step. So, we will be using the trial balance of Happy Selling Company for the December year-end 2016. So, this is the trial balance. So, a merchandising company has the same setup of trial balance to a servicing company because a trial balance composes of first the assets, the liabilities, the owner's equity, the revenue, and the expenses. So, pareha gid gyapon sila og pormada. Nagdiferensya lang siya on how to present the statement of comprehensive income. So, now, let us start preparing the statement of comprehensive income for Happy Selling Company using the multi-step. Okay. The very first, ang pinaka-importante sa tanan is the heading. Okay. So, the name of the company, Happy Selling company. So, happy sila nga mamaligya. Then, the name of the statement. Statement of comprehensive income for the year ended December 31, 2016. So the same as the single step, there is no need to put multi-step in this area because you will already know, or the reader, you as the accountant, the bookkeeper, the owner, or your internal and external users will already understand that it is a multi-step because of the process inside your statement of comprehensive income. Okay, now, you remember the discussion we've already done a while ago. So, ang una nimo i-identify is ang net sales. So, sulat ka dira og net sales. So, net sales composes of the sales and the two contra accounts of sales. These are the sales discounts and the sales allowances. So, mag-indent ka. It means kani sila under sa net sales. Less sales returns and sales discounts. Okay. So, magamit na gini nyo inyong 5 column ani kay taas-taas gini siya nga type of statement. So, the amount of sales for this company is nara si sales 5 million pesos. Okay. Kaya happy selling man sila. So, happy kay sila mamaligya. That is why, naka-generate sila og dako nga sales. So, ibutang nimo diri, naara si sales, itungod nimo ang iyahang amount to the 5 column nga 5 million. Okay. Now, naatay duha ka contra account. Nga kaning contra account, i-less nimo kang sales. So, kay pag naaga ni less, indent tagamay, dili niyo idiretso og less diri sa amount, isulat ninyo dira. Kay duha man sila ka buok, ibutang sa nato ang duha ka amount diri, ayha nato i-forward ang total, ayha day nato sila i-less. So for the sales returns, it is 30,000. For the sales discount, it is 10,000. So i-total nimo silang duha 40,000. Unya kay naaman diri sa imuhang particulars is ang less nga word. So, representing the less word in accounting, and open and close parentheses. So, atong i-compute, 5 million minus 40 is 4,960,000. Okay, so that is your panganlan na po din ninyo, net sales. Do not forget to put names on the amount. Balik-balik na kung ginaistorya para ang inyuhang users kabalo unsa na siya nga mga amount. Kung wala na siya mga pangalan, maglibog ang mga users ninyo on how they will be reading the statement. Okay, next nga atong kwaon is the cost of sales. So, the cost of sales. Okay, remember the discussion we've done a while ago? So, the cost of sales comprises of the following. Okay, inventory. Inventory for the beginning of the year, January 1, 2016. So, inventory at the beginning of the year, mo na siya, it's 250,000. So, ibutang na to siya diri sa ika-4 nga column. Okay? 250,000. Okay. Next nga imuhang isulat is the purchases. Okay, purchases. So, sa purchases, if you remember the discussion, naa siya duha pod ka contra account. Ginatawag nato sila nga purchases returns and purchases discounts. Okay. So for the purchases, ato siyang ibutang diri. Dili pa man nato ni maminosa ni siya. Kay taas pa man ang process ay haan nato ni siya magamit. So diri ta sa ika-tulo nga column. Okay. So ang amount ni purchases from the trial balance is 100,000. So ibutang nimo siya diri sa ika-tulo nga column, 100,000. Okay. The same as what happened in your sales, kani yung mga contra account, mao gyapon imuhang buhaton diri sa purchases. Okay. So ang purchases returns is 20,000. Ang purchases discount is 10,000. So mo forward dayon ka diha sa ilahang total nga 30,000. So si 100,000 minus 30,000 is 70,000. Okay. Wala pa ni siya'y ngalan. Dili na to siya matawag nga net purchase. Okay? Kaya nga naman, wala pa man si freight in. Okay. We add the freight in. Add freight. Ay, I'm very sorry. Mali akong gisulatan. Okay. Power of correction tape. Okay. Para dili hugaw tan-awon ang trabaho. Okay. So, add freight in. So, freight in the amount of 15,000. So, from this, i-forward na dayon nimo diha ang linya. I'm sorry. So, 15,000 si freight in. So, gikan diri i-forward na dayon nimo ang linya padulong sa ikaupat nga column nga nag-comprise sa amount nga naa sa babaw ang amount sa beginning inventory. Okay. So, kani siya ang total ninyo ibutang day ninyo dira. It is 85,000. So, kaning 85,000 mo ni ato ang ginaingon nga net purchases. Okay. So, na siya ngalan. The net purchases. Okay. Next nga process is i-add ninyo silang duha. So, i-add ninyo, diba? Kay mo man na siya imong gipamalit. Dayon, ang naanadaan sa imuhang store. So, i-add dayon nimo silang duha. So, maglinya na po ka, meaning na ay kanang nahitabo nga function, which is the addition function. So, 250, calculate nato guys. Okay, 250 plus 85 is 335. Okay, 335,000. Kaning 335,000, mao na siya atong ginatawag nga total goods available for sale. Nganong mo na yung tawag? Kaya diba, nakay nabilin nga nakay beginning inventory nga 250,000 and then nagpalit-palit dayon ka with all the returns and the discounts nga nahitabo, nakay nabilin nga mga items nga nagkantidad og 85,000. Then kani nga mga items, syempre kay ibaligya man nimo imong gipamalit, i-add nimo siya sa imong beginning inventory. Mo din na siya ang atong gitawag nga total goods available for sale. So when you are done getting the total goods available for sale, mag-less na dayon ta sa ending inventory. So inventory for the ending December 31, 2016. So the ending inventory is not given within the trial balance. It is given as additional information. So for the ending inventory, so it has an amount of 50,000. Okay, so sa daghan nga ilahang nakuan, kuan ra gid ang ilahang dali ra sila na maligya, no, daghan gid ilahang na baligya. Okay, dayon i-less dayon nimo siya kay nag-word man ka nga less diri, represents the less is the open and close parentheses. So 335,000 minus 50,000 is 285,000. So mo na siya ang ginatawag dayon nato nga cost of sales. Okay, so natay mali, no? Forward day ay ni siya dira. So si cost of sales, by the power of the correction tape, okay, so by the power of the correction tape, atong i-forward ang atong total diri nga 285,000, which we will be calling as the cost of sales. Okay, so this is your cost of sales. From that, kuhaon na dayon nimo si gross profit. So magbutang na pug ka og linya, meaning na po'y function nga imong gigamit, which is kuhaon nimo si gross profit. Okay, nara. Kuhaon nimo si gross profit from the difference between the net sales and the cost of sales. Okay, so from the difference gikan sa ilaha, ang minus din ana nila, or ang equivalent is minus 4,960,000. so it is 4,675,000. So mo na siya imong gross profit. Are we done? We are not yet done. Kay wala pa ta nakahuman sa expenses. So ang sunod nimo nga expenses is the admin and the selling expense. So sa example sa inyong module is, ang example nato diha is katong percent, the 80% and the 20%. Gamiton ra nato to kung wala nag-given ang trial balance og ingon ani, di ba, nagbutang siya admin, dayon nagbutang po din siya og store. So there is no need for you to compute the 80% and the 20% on each of the on the respective admin and selling expenses. So kay given naman siya nga ang kaning nga salaries is for the admin, then ang kaning nga salaries is for the store or the selling expense, so diretso na kita. Okay, isulat nato dire. Bali na to itong angle sa camera. Okay. Susulat na to dire, selling expenses. Okay. The selling expenses are salaries. So, kung magsulat na gani mo, sa inyong trial balance is naka-ana man dayon store. So, dili ninyo butangan. Kaya na may iyang classification sa babaw. The selling expense. Okay? So, the selling expense, kani siya, ato ang i-erase. Kaya dapat, ba accounting is an art? Dapat tungod na sila tanan. Nga mga major, nga mga classification on each of the accounts. Tungod sila. Dayon, tungod po dining ilahang mga under nga classification or under nga mga account title. Okay, next to salaries is the rent expense. Next is the depreciation expense for the service vehicle. Next, depreciation expense for the store equipment. And then, utilities expense and miscellaneous expense. Next, when you are done identifying the expenses for the selling division, so next nimo nga i-identify is the administrative division. So the administrative expense. So first nga expense is the salaries expense. Next is the rent expense. Dayon, depreciation expense for the office equipment. Dayon, utilities expense and miscellaneous expense. Okay. Always remember, kung ingon ani nga gadaghan og amount, diba na diri ang fifth column. So na diri ang final nga amount sa nahitabo nga mga functions diri. Muna na siya ang final nga amounts para sa gross profit. And then karon mules ta og mga expenses. Kani nga amount malesan siya og mga expenses. So before nimo i-less ang mga expenses sa diri nga amount, imo sa silang ipang total. Okay. So, isulat nimo siya sa ikaupat nga column. Atras ka gamay. Atras ka sa sunod nga column. So, for the salaries on the selling expense is 10,000. 10,000. Rent expense is 8,000. Depreciation expense is 8,500. The next depreciation is 11,000. And then, sunod is the utilities expense, which is 7,000. And then, the miscellaneous expense is 500. Okay. Next, expenses and the administrative expense. So, salaries expense is 20,000. 20,000. Rent is 15,000. And then depreciation is 10,000. Utilities is 5,000. And then miscellaneous is 1,000. So, forward the total padulong sa ika-fifth nga column. So, i-total dayon nimo sila. Okay, kalagyan na to ha. So, 10,000 plus 8,000 plus 8,500 plus 11,000 plus 7,000 plus 5,000. So, the selling expense is 45,000 plus the administrative expense, the 20,000, 15,000, 10,000, 5,000, and 1,000. So, we have 96,000 total expenses. So, grabe no? Taas ka ilahang sales, puro maura ang ilahang expenses. Is this kanang expectation versus reality? Maybe naagi mga company ngayon ani no inot bitaw ang kanang kuan ang tag-iya, maiki sila mamaligya, and then maayo pud sila mo manage sa ilang mga expenses, dili sila pataka sa ilang mga expenses, because as you can see, mga kuan lang yun, essential nga mga expenses lang yun ang naa sa ilahang mga expenses on each of the departments. So, mo na siya nga gamay ra iyahang expenses. Okay, so the expenses is i-less na siya to your gross profit. Even though wala ta nagbutang og less nga word dire, ato ang ibutang ang representation sa less dira, which is the open and close parentheses. So 96,000 minus 4,675,000. So it has 4,579,000. Okay, as you can see, positive siya ang na-carry over. Why? Dako si gross profit compared to your expenses. That is why kani nga amount ginatawag dayon nato siya nga net income. If you remember your statement of comprehensive income single step, ang atong example dito is na net loss siya. Karon na pod on our statement of comprehensive income multi-step is nag-net income siya. So very good kaayo ang performance sa operation sa company. Dayon dayon siya profit, na din siya net income or profit lagi nga 4,579,000. So dako ang iyahang profit. Very good kaayo ang performance sa company. So, this is your statement of comprehensive income multi-step. Okay. First, write the correct heading of the statement and then identify the revenue, which is the net sales or the sales. Then identify the expenses with the cost of sales. Then identify the gross profit. And then lastly, identify the selling expenses and administrative expense for you to come up with the net income or maybe a net loss. So, multi-step, mo ganyan siyang ginatawag ang multi-step kay daghan kay gakahitabo na ay mag-less, na ay mag-add, na ay nag-less na pod, na napoy nag-less. So, hantod nga maabot ka sa amount. So, I hope you learned something for today's video. I hope it will help you understand more the process on how to create statement of comprehensive income multi-step. So, thank you very much for watching. See you on the next video.